First and foremost, the fact that you can see the number of providers in this space is significantly above what we see in most of all of our other radars. And the reason for that is the importance of networking, the importance of networking as a foundation for modernization, which is thus a foundation for digital transformation. And in order to get to that modernization, you have to go to disaggregation, which is what we did in servers with virtualization. It's what we did in storage arrays. It is what we did with cloud and data centers. It allows for the software definition and of those spaces, and it allows for ease of use, ease of implementation, reach, scope, and facilitation. So we analyze on over 30 different criteria that are fundamental. Even to get on this chart, you have to have some table stakes, we call them, which are generally 5 or 6 key technical criteria. In this case, disaggregation being one of those. We also have key functional areas, which are generally 8 or 9. We have business criteria, ease of use, flexibility, scalability, which are another 6 or so. And then we look at emerging technologies like the disaggregation of system and user and hardware. In those, IP Infusion, as you note here, we say it's one of the most mature, complete, and field-tested disaggregated NOSes available. I like to rephrase that and say it's one of the more fully realized providers. And it's reflective of the position here on this particular chart. If you look at the cloud service provider or the enterprise and SMBs, you'll see it similarly positioned. And that speaks to the broad use of IP Infusion, which is one of the criteria we look at. Whether you are trying to be a mobility provider or a network service provider, or whether you're in cloud and managed service infrastructure, or whether you are trying to do it yourself, the application is similar. It is just as valuable, and it is just as useful. And so calling it the platform player of choice is not being overly dramatic at all. What the value that we see is very, very simply in terms of by disaggregating, as we heard on one of your earlier broadcasts, I think with Howard, it was forced on us with the pandemic and the supply chain issues we had. We had to separate that. We couldn't be locked in to the operating system and the hardware itself. So freedom of choice, the substantial cost savings that come with disaggregation, the support for modern data centers, cloud-based network services, virtual routing functions, and ease of transition from traditional networking to modernization, the foundation for digital transformation and the requirement for cyber resilience today is what we analyze and why we position IP Infusion where they are, and why we can call it, and why we have noted, as you note here, one of the most mature and complete. You are rated superior in every one of our criteria, and for that, you are located where you are.